I hate them. You know who I'm talking about? I hate this team. I used to actually respect the way they were drafting and the way they were building their organization from the bottom up. And I was like, dang, this team's going to be good for a while. And they'll probably be good next year. I'm talking about the Houston Astros, all that cheating. Actually, let's take it a step further. I'll clarify it. I'll start from the top. The way I identify them cheating is anything that's like digital, right? They got a camera pointed at you, collecting your signs. That's a little too far. If the second baseman steals them, or sorry, if a guy's on second and he's catching them, I'm good with that because that's not.
Yeah, that's the player's
I
fault.
think we're in agreement on that, right?
Yeah.
So, Jake, what's your first takeaway when you heard the Astros and all that crap about them?
Well, I mean, I kind of heard some stuff on Twitter and everything. I mean, when you're playing every day, you really don't pay attention to what else is going on. Like, I know I've heard the details and I kind of try to stay out of it. It's obviously really not my spot to say anything because they're way up there and I just got drafted. I try to stay out of it, but I mean, I don't know the whole investigation process of everything. I don't know what's real and what's not, so I don't know. I don't really even have a comment to say because I don't know any of the details of, like, the full details of the investigation, of who's guilty of it, not. Just a lot. I mean, so what's funny is we actually share the spring training facility with the Houston Astros. So you can see how the media's really over there right now. But, I mean, at the same time, they're trying to get their work in too, so I imagine it's probably pretty hard to do with all those people over there. Same questions.
Yeah, I was going to say I saw the video of the guy the other day while he was banging a trash can.
Yeah.
He
During
was
batting
banging
practice.
a trash can during practice or whatever.
From our side.
Do what?
You could almost hear him banging the trash can from our side.
I bet.
Oh, man.
So it's going to be basically relentless trolling like all year on these guys because, and like you were saying, the tough thing is you don't know. Sometimes you don't know how much of it is there was a bunch of maybe a bunch of guys kind of running it, and then the peer pressure to keep it going, or the peer pressure not to tell anybody about it is what kept it going. So I do see more stuff as where there, for instance, there was a relief. I can't remember what's the relief pitcher's name. He played for
Mike Fires.
Yeah, there's another guy too that actually it pretty much ended his. Well, he's back now with the Blue Jays, but I mean it put him out of the majors for a while because he gave up. I think he gave up like 3 or 4 base hits in a row to lose a game. Anyway, so it's affected more than just them just kind of cheating the Yankees or whatever or the Dodgers. Who they beat the Dodgers that year, right? Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
I mean the biggest thing like for me with the whole Astros thing is the commissioner's office has been horrible through the whole thing. I mean, you're down in spring training and it's all about everybody's looking for the punishment, and there's not really any punishment being handed out, and for me, just if I'm a base runner and the catcher is bad enough that he's not mixing sequences or anything like that, then yeah, tip it off. Hitters like that, but that's not going to happen, for 60 pitches in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, a fastball's coming. Let me bang on the trash can once.
Right.
Yak. That type of stuff. That there's no space. There's no room in the game for it. If Altuve allegedly was wearing a buzzer system or something like that,
that's too much.
There's no room in the game for that. Like that's going a step and beyond. What's going on. And Jake, I want to ask you this because Giancarlo Stanton was interviewed yesterday, I think, and he said if he would have had like a buzzer system or people banging on the trash cans, that he would have hit 80 home runs in 2007 or 2017, the year that he hit 59.
Yeah.
How much more like slugging percentage and your power numbers do you think that you could increase if you had a buzzer system or a trash can system?
like if you knew exactly what pitch was coming every
yeah.
time.
I mean, I know Mike Trout said this days ago, but it'd be kind of fun, but it's also ruins the whole point of the game.
Yeah.
But it definitely gives an unfair advantage in that circumstance. I'm not saying any of them had a buzzer. I'm pretty know for sure. no concrete evidence that that happened.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to accuse them of doing that, but it would just knowing all the time, and it's so much different. Like as a player, you're on second base and you're picking up these signs. It's hard, especially in pro ball, because they have so many different sequences they have to follow, and backups. I mean, it's almost an algorithm.
Yeah.
Pitches. It's weird. It's definitely that was probably the biggest thing for me from going from junior college to pro ball was just getting used to you have your signs, you have your signs, you'll just have everything. Just so when people do legally, I guess you could say, steal your signs, people think that sign stealing doesn't happen in baseball. It happens, technology or not, it happens. It's part of the game. It's usually user or coach error just by making the sign too obvious to see. I mean, it's part of it, but like sometimes you'll know a pitch and you still can't hit it. So
yeah,
exactly.
Sometimes I'll be expecting a fastball and I get a fastball and I can't hit it.
Yeah, one thing.
Maybe that's my fault. I don't know, but
one thing I'll clarify too is some people that maybe aren't baseball guys they don't know how to equate this if you know exactly what pitch is coming. I'll put it like this. So a little bit back in the day, but Super Bowl 2002, it's Tampa, it's Oakland. Oakland doesn't change. So the coach that used to coach the Raiders, Gruden, went over to Tampa. Basically the Raiders offense didn't change any of their play calls. So Gruden knew exactly what was coming, and then Tampa smoked them. This is kind of similar to that. So Houston basically using cameras and stuff knew exactly what was coming every single time and could do that. And then the craziest thing is too to see the difference of their average at home versus their average on the road. That's even more crazy too. So you kind of knew something was going on. I still think they're going to be a really good team. I still think they are a really good team. I don't even know if they even need. I mean, honestly, I don't even know if they needed that.
Yeah, no. They don't. I mean, I'm pretty good friends with the national cross-checker for the Houston Astros, Chris Gross. He's responsible for Correa, Springer, Altuve, and these guys are generational talents without that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just don't understand why. That something like this would happen to a team like I would expect the Marlins to try and do something like this. But the Houston Astros, I mean, you have Hall of Fame talent on your roster.
Yeah, but you're always looking for that edge.
Same reason why Patriots do the stuff they do.
Exactly.
Just a little bit more of an edge, and I think, like I said, it didn't help them to make contact with the baseball, but it definitely dropped the degree of difficulty as far as knowing about where this pitch is going to come in.
They went from all Madden to pro. Is basically what it is. Yeah. So
that's good. That's good right there. That's funny.
So Jake, you said you kind of work out in the morning and then just kind of hang out and enjoy the Florida sunshine in the afternoon, huh?
Exactly. I went to the beach yesterday.
It's not that, from what you showed us, it's not that far away from you, so they might be doing it again today.
I mean, don't tempt me.
He's like, all right, guys, this interview's done. See you later.
So,
heading out there.
One thing we always like to talk about on the show is Kansas City barbecue. What is your Kansas City barbecue go-to joint when you're back home?
Oh, this one's gonna be hard. I haven't been home. I came home for about a weekend in January. I hit up Oklahoma Joe's just because that's the spot in Kansas City. But if I would have to go with the favorite, I don't know if this one's been said on the show yet. If it has, then I have another friend. I think it's Rosedale. Does that sound right? Rosedale barbecue?
Rosedale barbecue? I have not.
I do not know that one.
That one's not familiar, but that doesn't mean it's not good.
Where's that at?
It's off of,
don't worry, I'm
Googling
it right. I'm Googling it right now, buddy. Don't worry.
Yeah.
What is it? Rosedale barbecue?
Yes. I think.
Yes. Look at that. It popped up. I typed in Rose, and it popped up right away.
Oh,
there
man.
You go.
That definitely means it's good.
So, Rosedale barbecue is, well, the one I'm looking up is 600 Southwest Boulevard, KCK.
Southwest Boulevard.
That's not that far from here.
No, it's not.
That's not that far from here at all.
Hey, thanks, Jake. We're going there after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to hit it up.
We might have to run over there when we get done here.
Wait, what do you get there? What's the best thing there on the menu? Or what do you get?
I'm a big brisket guy.
All right. Okay.
And then smother it in barbecue sauce. Because who doesn't smother barbecue and barbecue sauce?
Yeah. Good call. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. That's another reason, it's good content to ask that question anyways. And then on the second, it's a little bit selfish on our part to try to find new spots.
Exactly.
So thank you for that.
Well, it's funny. It's honestly funny. A lot of our spreads after the game are barbecue.
Yeah.
And I always hate it because it's not
down in Florida.
Yeah, because it's not as good, right?
Florida. Yeah. I had lunch yesterday, and I went to a barbecue joint down here. And to be honest with you, one, it was overpriced, and two, it was just dry.
No bueno.
That's the worst. When the meat's dry and it's not just dripping juice, it's like, man, what are you guys doing?
Exactly.
Rosedale barbecue.
Yeah, but that's one thing we always like to talk about, and when we get a new one, we always kind of put it in the memory bank or write it down and put it in the show notes, and we're like, okay, we got to try this at some point. There's a couple up north that people have told us about that we're going to try too, and so we're looking forward to that. But kind of one last thing to talk about here. What with your dad being a major leaguer, and you're getting there, you're in the process, you've been drafted. What's some good advice he's given you as you get ready to make your start here?
Always kind of just stay within yourself. I mean, if you want to put it in a easier way to say it, don't try to do too much with everything you do. Like, if you're up to bat, don't try to hit a home run every time. It'll just happen. But if you try too hard, you have a better chance to fail. So he's really taught me that. And basically, always don't really focus on the results, because when you start worrying about the results, then your results get worse, I guess is the way to put it. I don't know. But definitely kind of recap what I said is just do you, be yourself. Don't try to be somebody you're not when it comes to sports. If you're a lineman, don't try to be a wide receiver. As much as all linemen want to be wide receivers, stay on the line, do what you got to do, know your blocking scheme, and just that's really all he's been really telling me. Some of the stuff Will's been telling me too is just just when you think that you can't get through something, push through it, and you'll realize that you're a lot mentally stronger than you think. But really, at that point, it's all mental. If you can handle the mental side of the game, you'll be successful, and that goes for all sports. I mean, you saw a perfect example. Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl throws 2 interceptions. I don't think he's thrown 2 interceptions in a game, and it might have been the first one of his career, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, he didn't. No, he threw 3 against the Rams last year in that big shootout.
That's right.
But
6 touchdowns, 3
but
picks.
Still,
yeah, 6 touchdowns, 3 picks. I mean, I guess I can live with that too.
It's like that. I mean, in the Super Bowl, throwing 2 picks down 10, everybody thought they were out of it. I mean, you see the mic'd up video. He's like, "Nah, we're in it. This is gonna be something special." I don't think anybody on that sideline didn't have faith they were gonna win the game, and that's a guy like Mahomes can lead you to that because he's so mentally strong that he almost makes you more mentally strong than you are because he's giving you that motivation and stuff. That's kind of what I try to do with people is just stay mentally strong and kind of make sure. When I was at Majuto, a lot of the guys on the team were mentally strong. Really liked the group of guys we had last year. And really didn't have a problem with any of it. So kind of helping guide. And I know I talked to a lot of younger guys that are high school, some were in college. I just went up to see my junior college play last week, and I talked to the guys a little bit. And it's just basically making sure they kind of go on the same track and being just instead of riding that roller coaster when it comes to emotion, just kind of stick even, have your highs, but don't focus on the lows. So that's really the best advice I can give.
Yeah, no doubt. So before we let you go, I was a baseball guy. I played at K-State and then finished at St. Louis University.